All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Pocono Raceway. This is the tricky triangle, baby. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series heads to Pocono. Ain't no 4 turns in this track, only 3. It's 80 laps here tonight, and these guys are loving this track. It's a good one for IndyCars. It's live, baby, right here on TurnLeftTV. Flag-to-flag coverage. Thanks for joining us. Well, we got a little IndyCar headed your way, little TurnLeftTV action, and a lot of fun. We got a lot of drivers here tonight. Hang on, boys and girls. It's about to get wild. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in to TurnLeftTV and checking out the broadcast. We got a good one for you tonight here in the IndyCars. Showing 17 drivers on the grid. Got about 3.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. What a race headed your way tonight. We'll take a look at the track here at Pocono, located in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. 2.5 mile, 3-turn. Do we want to call this an oval? I don't know. Turn 1, 14 degrees of banking. Turn 2 at 8 degrees of banking. And then turn 3, 6 degrees of banking. So high speed here at Pocono. We'll take a look at the schedule. Of course, this is race number 8 of the season. Next week we have Watkins Glen, the only road course on the schedule. And then the following week, the final race of the season at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That one will be a 250-mile race to crown the champion here in the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. So tonight we got a score to settle with that 3-turn tricky triangle that is Pocono Raceway. Want to thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TurnLeftTV. I always appreciate your patronage here. Peace to everybody out there in sim racing world. Warm day here in Indiana, man. We're like the mid-70s. My heavens, man. This is November. Not supposed to be that way in the upper Midwest. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. You can share my videos with all your friends. And please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. And again, I thank you so much. Everybody who's subscribed and all those folks who come back and watch videos and doing your part there to share videos with your friends too. Thank you for coming in. And we got a good race for you here tonight. I think Pocono is a track that these IndyCar drivers really like. And we've got a pretty big field here, 17 drivers, and maybe going to have a few more here after we get through qualifications. Might have some late joiners here that will start in the back. So I'm excited about this one, and you should be too. This is a good track here for IndyCars, and we've got a good race here for you tonight here on TurnLeftTV. So again, this is these guys are getting ready to go over qualifications. A little bit of an interesting deal there. Don't look at the screen too much. There we go. So this is Pocono Raceway. It's race 8 of 10 in the season, 2.5 miler. And I am your broadcaster, Heath Johnson. Thank you so much for coming in. Broadcaster, commentator, and the guy you want to beat when things aren't going correctly. But hey, thanks for your patronage. Thanks for coming in and watching races here, man. This is going to be a good one tonight. We'll take a look at the session results here in practice. Georgi Aratunian, 40.412 fastest time. Alexei Salvayev in second. Michael Brooks third. Vladislav Zenkov fourth. Artem Shulayev in the fifth position. Nikolai Gerasimov sixth. Dan Richter showing seventh. Jack G is eighth. Ricardo Almeida ninth. And Stephen Miller is 10th in practice. Take a look at the 11 through 16. Nikolai Bezrukov, Ricky Emerson, Ed Palumbo, Jair Oliveira, David Kerr, Tony Reiner, and Alexander Olenikov. I need extra pay, man. I need extra pay. Some of these names I'm not familiar with, and this guy's coming out and for the first time, and I need extra pay for that. Take a look at Nikolai Gerasimov as he makes his qualification attempt. Top time so far is Michael Brooks with a 40.699. So that's the time to beat. Nikolai right now shown 5th on the grid in the qualifications. So 41.422 Gerasimov. Dan Richter in his qualification attempt right now, shown second on the grid with a pretty good run there. Ricardo Almeida has a good qualification attempt as well. 13.448 in that sector there for Dan Richter. Oh, man, a little bit wide there coming off the turn and some contact. That's definitely going to affect his time there. 41.056 is Dan Richter's time. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida, our points leader. Almeida with a 40.526. Pretty fast there. 0.059 off the pace. That last segment there for Ricardo Almeida was faster. Look at that, fast in that first sector. So can this lap be the winning lap, the money shot? Almeida a little bit slower in that third sector. What's he got in this last one? 40.555, just a little bit off the pace there, but currently second on the grid. Take a look at Stephen Miller with his qualification attempt. He's currently shown in the 13th position. .884. Shown 8th on the grid. Stephen was expressing his displeasure with this track. You know, I think this track there's like really no in between. I mean, you either love this track or you just absolutely hate this track, and I think we know where Stephen Miller sits. Making a little contact with the wall there. How about Jair Oliveira? Going to have a fast time. 42.267 is that outlap there. We do want to look at the season standings coming into tonight. Ricardo Almeida in control coming into race number 8. Dennis Vandeven is second. Now, Dennis Vandeven not here tonight. Unfortunately, said he has some problems with his wheel pedals and his brake pedal not working. Stephen Miller third, 191 points there. Jack G fourth. I got those. Actually, Paul Holt. There is that thing again, man, where it's not changing the standings for the team standings. That's controlling it. So, fortunately, that's mix that around there a little bit. I can fix that. Again. What a pain. What a pain. Give me a second here. We get that fixed up, I believe. There we go. I think we got it sorted out. So Ricardo Almeida there, still P1, no matter how we change it. Dennis Vandeven second, Stephen Miller third, Jack G fourth. Paul Holt sits in the 5th position. You see Nikolai Bezrukov 6th, Alexander Meshkov 7th in points. Nikolai Gerasimov is 8th, Jair Oliveira 9th, and Tony Reiner 10th in points coming into tonight's race. It's like Nikolai Bezrukov out here on the track to get his qualification attempt in. Georgi Aratunian, our pole setter here so far. Vladislav Zinkov. Second, Michael Brooks third. Nikolai Bezrukov going to qualify in the 4th position. Ricardo Almeida looks like he's 5th. Alexei Salviev with his attempt, currently 12th on the grid. .995 is that time for Alexei Salviev. Looks like he's going to stay 12th on the grid. So Alexei Salviev will be our pole setter here tonight. Vladislav Zinkov will start on the outside pole. Take a look at the session results here in qualification. Georgi Aratunian starts in P1. Vladislav Zinkov outside pole there. Inside row 2, Michael Brooks, Nikolai Bezrukov outside row 2. Inside row 3, Ricardo Almeida, the 22 car. Outside row 3 will be Alexander Meshkov. Artem Shulev starts in the 7th position. Dan Richter 8th. Alexander Alenikov starts in the 9th position. Stephen Miller is 10th. Starting in the 11th position is Nikolai Gerasimov. Alexei Salviev starts in 12th. Jair Oliveira is 13th. Tony Reiner will start in the 14th position. Ed Palumbo will start 15th. David Kerr will be in the 16th position. Starting in 17th will be Ricky Emerson and Jack G starting in the 18th position. Little chatter in here, it looks like. Givaldo and JJ both joining us in here. Good to see those guys. Givaldo always joining us in here, man. He is a regular. Not to say JJ's not, but JJ's usually out on the track. Givaldo joining us in here. Always good to see him. Make sure the side-by-side is working. It looks like it is. We're getting that up and running, so good to see the side-by-side view working there. And then we'll get some pit stops in and get a good view of guys pitting while we got some other guys out on the track still. So we use that a little bit. I got to change that logo, though. I don't know. We're not doing the Bushwhacker series. We are doing the IndyCar series here tonight, so we'll change that logo. Well, who got that big win last week? That was, Ricardo Almeida. Got the win, so congratulations to him. Apple Valley Speedway. Man, I tell you what, that was a race where the golden horseshoe fell right in his lap. So congratulations to Ricardo Almeida on his victory last week at Apple Valley and just solidifying his place in the championship. So we got about 9.5 minutes or so, just a little over 9.5 minutes, I guess just shy of 10 minutes in the warm-up session. So these guys will be using the access road to make a pit stop. That is to avoid, you saw those guys coming around on the access road. They're just getting some practice in. That's going to help avoid somebody running into the back of another car. So making sure they're using the access road. Hey, coming up on Friday, next week, baby. 2020 winter season, race number 2, Iowa Speedway. We had 18 drivers out for the first race, and that was a slugfest, man. Atlanta night. And you definitely want to check that one out on YouTube. Green-white checker on that one, man. That ended, that was just a crazy, crazy ending. But headed your way with November the 13th, race number 2 at Iowa Speedway. A little short track action headed your way in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series on a Friday night. Great Xfinity Series racing and the best racing you can get. Those stock cars on Friday night. It's about 6 minutes left to go. Looks like we got 7 viewers in here right now. That is awesome. 18 drivers out on the track. So about 3.5 minutes left to go here in warm-up. Again, thank you so much for coming in and watching tonight's race. This is Pocono Raceway. 3 races to go, including tonight. Watkins Glen next week is a road course race, and then finishing out the season at the crown jewel of motorsports, and that's Indianapolis Motor Speedway to crown the champion. A 250-mile race there from Indy. Should be a lot of fun, and of course that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. So tonight's race is 80 laps here at the Tricky Triangle. A little bit different strategies, some of these guys. Some of these guys are shifting. Some guys are running around in 5th gear the whole time. So interesting strategy. I think that 5th gear strategy might be a situation where you're going to run a little bit low on fuel at times. But 2.5 mile, 3-turn Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. 80 laps here tonight, and that's race number 8 of 10. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and thanks so much for coming in. Got a good one for you tonight. Guys getting their practicing in as far as pitting. It's a little bit different than maybe what they were expecting. Pitting around that access road. We're just trying to keep everybody safe there so they don't run into the back of somebody when they slow to pit coming around 3 on the track. So we're just trying to alleviate some of that. We've had some of those issues with some of the other tracks here. So some of the guys a little happier about that than others, needless to say. Sotos joining us in here, so good to see Sotos. We're doing all right, man. Thanks for coming in to watch the race. So 18 drivers in the IndyCar race tonight, and let's hope we have some good, clean, and green laps here tonight. It's going to be wild at the beginning, just sort of get settled in. Don't do those sudden lane changes, and communicate with other drivers. And should be okay. Get a little tricky there, as you see coming up off of the exit of the pits there as you rejoin the track. There is a little bit of a banking change there, so you got to be very careful about that when you come up on the track so it can't upset the balance of the car, especially these Indy cars that are really light in the back end. All right, boys and girls, I think we are at that time. Time to get serious here. It's 80 laps from the Tricky Triangle. Race number 8 here in the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. Does anybody have anything for Ricardo Almeida? That guy has won 6 of the 7 races. I think so. I think somebody's got something for him. So we'll take a look at the starting order here. Georgi Aratunian starts in P1. Vladislav Zinkov starts in P2. Michael Brooks P3. Nikolai Bezrikov starts in P4. In P5, Ricardo Almeida, our season points leader. Alexander Meshkov starts 6th. Artem Shulaev starts in the 7th position. Dan Richter 8th. Alexander Alinikov starts in 9th. Stephen Miller 10th. Nikolai Gerasimov 11th. Alexei Salviev starts in the 12th position. In 13th is Jair Oliveira. Tony Reiner starts in 14th. Ed Palumbo 15th. David Kerr starts in the 16th position. In 17th is Jack G. And Ricky Emerson starts in 18th. So I think we want to make sure that we are just getting a good position, settle in. Let this race come to you. Do not get too racy early on. You could get yourself in trouble. And this should be a fun one. 18 drivers joining us here in the IndyCars tonight. Again, thank you so much for coming in and watching the race here on TurnLeftTV and also supporting High Octane Racing League. If you're interested in a server package, please look at the link up there or the URL, EliteHostingUSA.com. Great server packages, very affordable, and great customer service. Full access to your server and set up races and so forth, but give it EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Also comic books, there's ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. And of course, this is Turn Left TV. Okay, 3 turns here. This is turn left 3 times a lap. And this should be a fun one here. This is a good track for IndyCars. I think a lot of guys really like this track in the IndyCar series. The pace car is off. Georgi Aratunian, starting on the inside line, will lead the field to take the green flag.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Okay, good clean start here. Looks like somebody has dropped out of that inside line. Oh, running tight race right there through the turn. They're 3 wide through turn 1. A little bit more contact there. Aratunian dropping back. Michael Brooks is now taking the lead. They're still fighting it back there. Georgi Aratunian, man, he cannot cut a break here. Oh, more contact. This is going to end. Oh, my gosh. I knew that was going to happen, but those guys just kept going after it, getting after it. I saw that was going to happen, and we got a wreck here on lap 1. Wreck on lap 1. I don't know why those guys were fighting that hard for position on lap 1 there. It's like Alexander Meshkov, Stephen Miller might have gotten caught up in that here. We'll see what happened. There's Meshkov on that inside wall. It's a little bit after the fact, but looks like Aratunian and Meshkov, man, those guys were battling it out. Take a look here, Georgi Aratunian, and just getting together right there. That is just man, extracurricular contact, and that just gets out of hand, and then Aratunian slides up the track and gets into Meshkov. And then that got out of hand, so Aratunian, our pole sitter, did not maybe get off to the very good start, and things got pretty crazy there. This is Vladislav Zinkov. Kind of his view of that thing. Out of the back of his car. We'll take a look at this again. Out of the back of his machine. As those guys are going to kick off here right below. Those guys getting together right there, and then more contact. And then up the track and into the fence. It looks like Salviev there, or Shulev, contact right there. That's 3 wide. And then there's going to be more contact. Shuliev now has established that position on the low lane. And then looks like Artunian might have come down there, but that is a little bit too hard racing between the two of those guys. And then, man, Meshkov just on the losing end of that deal here, on board here with him. And I see those guys getting together. And then, man, he is in the fence. Stephen Miller had come around, and I'm not sure what what the deal was with him, but he might have just been trying to miss that whole thing. Michael Brooks, our race leader, seemed like that was an awfully aggressive driving early on there. Awfully aggressive driving very early here. As I was saying, you just sort of get settled in and, let things come to you. Don't really have to fight that hard for position. So Ricardo Almeida already up to P2. Vladislav Zinkov, P3. Artem Shulev, he's going to have to drive down pit lane there as race control, indicating that he and Georgi Atunian probably need to come down pit lane and start in the back of the field for that driving a little bit aggressively at the start. So nobody wants to ride around under caution here, so these guys really have a lot to benefit by sort of just using some patience and making sure that they're not, maybe involved there in causing a caution flag. Looks like Alexei Salviev on pit lane. Pretty extended pit stop there for him. I don't know if he's actually retired his machine. I'm not getting word on that, but Vladislav Zinkov up to the third position. Artem Shulev in fourth. Dan Richter is in the fifth position. Alexander Olenikov in sixth. Nikolai Bezrikov in the seventh position. Tony Reiner eighth. Nikolai Gerasimov is ninth. And Ed Palumbo in the 10th position.
Pit road will be open this time.
Don't forget, coming up on Friday, November the 13th, we'll be back at it at Iowa Speedway for 125 laps with the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series. Great series start last night. We had 18 drivers out and a lot of fun there at Atlanta. Did a night race there, and that was a fun track. Definitely want to check that one out on YouTube. Okay, we're getting ready to go back green. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Now right back to green. Michael Brooks, the race leader. Ricardo Almeida in second, that 22 car. Vladislav Zinkov in the third position. Artem Zhulaev is going to have to drive down pit lane to serve a drive-through penalty. Dan Richter shown in fifth. We got a yellow flag here. Man, what in the world? See what happened here. It looked like some guys have gotten off the pace. Not sure what happened here. It looks like David Kerr came to a stop on the track and brought out the yellow flag, I believe. It's like David Kerr came to a stop. Not sure why he did that, but he came to a stop. This is on the start here. Looks like somebody had gotten out of line. And a bunch of penalties there. Somebody got out of line there and should not have done that. And then it's like David Kerr and looks like those guys basically got out of line, stopped on the track, and now brought out the caution flag. So it looks like David Kerr causing the caution there is spinning around, but a lot of guys there just did not get going.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
All right, looks like the guys are getting these things sorted out here. 2 caution flags quickly. That is not good. So race control having a little conversation with some of the drivers. Make sure they understand the orders.
Pit road will be open this time. It'll be 1 to go this time by.
Okay, so I think they're getting that worked out here. So okay, Richard Brooks, excuse me, Michael Brooks, not Richard, Michael Brooks is our race leader. Ricardo Almeida is second, Vladislav Zenkov third, but had a little bit of conversation with some of those drivers there, just to make sure they're understanding what the rules are. So sorry for that silence. Got to go down there in the channel and lay the smack down. So already a second caution flag, and nobody wants to ride around under caution. Again, a lot of this is just sort of track awareness and also patience. I mean, that first caution flag, I think, is just a lack of patience. A couple drivers there just kept slamming into one another, and you just cannot do that. A little bit too early to be getting that racy. I think just a little bit of, letting drivers have the spot. If they, they come alongside of you or they're faster or whatever, let them have the spot, and then you're going to get them back later, chances are. So just a little bit of patience here. And understanding that you got a long race ahead of you. You're going to get some green flag pit stops in, hopefully, and you have a chance to make those positions back. No use in fighting here on the first few laps for track position when it can actually lead to much more devastating things than just losing a position. So here we go, getting ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Okay, back to green here, and Ricardo Almeida going down to the bottom side, and we might be 3 wide here coming into turn 1. It's almost as if I didn't have this conversation. 3 wide into turn 1, Ricardo Almeida and Michael Brooks battling for position. Zenkov in the 3rd spot. Brooks holds on to that spot. Almeida might end up losing a spot here as Zenkov on the outside line here is going to fall behind Michael Brooks. Take a look at Dan Richter in his second race out this season, running in the 4th position. Alexander Oleniakov running in the 5th position. Battle here. This is Nikolai Bezrikov now running in 7th. So we've got some guys kind of single file. This is Nikolai Gerasimov running in the 6th position. Ricardo Almeida here having a battle with Vladislav Zenkov for the 2nd position. Ricardo Almeida down to the inside line here, trying to make this pass coming into the turn. And looks like he's going to pull that off. Alexander Oleniakov and Dan Richter fighting for position. This is for the 4th spot. Aleniakov has the spot. Jair Oliveira trying to make some moves here, getting around Meshkov. This is what we want to see, good green flag racing. These guys now getting it figured out. Oh man, there might have been some contact there. Jair Oliveira might have got slammed into the wall, and he's going to have some damage here. He's up into the wall, so some damage there for JJ. So JJ there, gets into the back of Ed Palumbo, it looks like. And those guys get into the wall here. We'll take a look at this again. Ed Palumbo just ahead. There's Ed Palumbo in that 55 car, JJ in that 30 car, and JJ gets into the wall and then gets into the back of Ed Palumbo. And then both those guys in the wall. And then JJ down in the grass a little bit, trying to recover. So a little damage there for him. Georgi Aratunian and Jack G racing for position. Jack G sliding up the track, and Georgi gets by, takes over the 8th position. Stephen Miller here trying to make a move on Ed Palumbo. Stephen Miller down the front stretch into turn 1. And, takes over that spot. So that 29 car now up to the 14th position. Ed Palumbo back to 15th. Michael Brooks, the race leader here in this 55 car. Ricardo Almeida in second. Vladislav Zinkov in the 3rd position. Alexander Olenikov in the 4th spot. Dan Richter is 5th. Take a look here at Alexander Meshkov, talking about him, and Tony Reiner battling for position into the turn. This is for the 10th spot, as Meshkov ends up picking up that spot. Tony Reiner back to the 11th position. And Palumbo here coming off track to come down pit lane in the 55 car, running in the 15th position. Artem Shulev. We're serving that penalty here now, trying to make some moves, getting around Tony Reiner. Tony Reiner in the outside car there, as Artem Shulev picks up the 11th position. David Kerr trying to bounce back after making contact and then also having a penalty here. He's running in the 16th position. He is 1 lap down. Michael Brooks, the race leader. Almeida is in second. And that battle starting to tighten up a little bit. Almeida trying to figure it out here, as I think he is starting to close in on Michael Brooks. Looking at that gap there, about 4/10 of a second, almost 5/10. And we got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag, as Michael Brooks will take that caution flag and lead the field to come around on the pace lap. Catch up to the pace car. So Michael Brooks, the race leader. Almeida in second. We'll take a look and see what happened here. Nikolai Gerasimov. Little bit of contact right there. Gerasimov and Bezrikov might have gotten together. Bezrikov on this inside line in this 8 car. Gerasimov in the 2, and then these guys get together. And Gerasimov on the losing end of that here. We'll take a look at this again. Bezrikov gets a run. And then there's contact right here. And so those guys get together and, man, hard into the wall for Gerasimov. The Gerasimov looked like he might have had that pass pulled off. Bezrikov going down to the bottom side right there in that 8 car. And then looked like maybe Gerasimov might have come down on him a little bit and gotten into that wheel and then up in the wall. Georgi Alyatunian looking out of the front of his machine. We'll back this up a little bit, take a look out of the front of his car as those guys get together there and just look like Gerasimov had come down. See if we can't take a look at this another way here. So on board here with Georgi Alyatunian. A little bit earlier here in this, I believe, and Alyatunian gets a run. He's got a good run here on Gerasimov. Dives down to the inside. Gerasimov taking him down low and then contact. I really think actually we're going to call that a racing deal. The more I look at that from probably just going to have to go with a racing deal on that one.
Pit road will be open this
So it
time.
looks like some guys are going to be making pit stops here. So Michael Brooks is staying out there. Ricardo Almeida staying out as well. Zenkov staying out. Now Olenikov is on pit lane in that 5 car. Looks like Dan Richter on pit lane as well. Michael Brooks showing some strength here. He likes these Indy cars. Kind of a surprise coming out tonight. Good to see him. And Ricardo Almeida has his hands full with Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks, pretty solid contender in these Indy cars and has some experience here in running this track. Don't forget about Vladislav Zenkov. He is in P3.
Pit road will be open this time.
So we are getting some late pitters here.
It'll be one to go this time by.
Like Georgie Aratunian coming down pit lane. Don't forget, coming up on Friday, we will be in race number 2 at Iowa Speedway. 125 laps there. So race number 2 of that season on November the 13th. And that should be a great one. That'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, of course. But don't forget, next week we got Watkins Glen, a little road course with the boot here in the IndyCar series. So very next track will be Watkins Glen, our only road course on the schedule. Michael Brooks, the race leader. Ricardo Almeida in second. Vladislav Zinkov in the third position. Nikolai Bezrikov shown in the fourth position. Jack G in fifth. Tony Reiner in the sixth position. Artem Shulev in seventh. Stephen Miller in the eighth position. Alexander Olenikov in the ninth position. And Dan Richter in 10th. All right, pace car is off. Here we go. Single file restart here.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Okay, off to back to green.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Okay, it looks like I am having a reboot here. I got kicked. So it looks like I am rebooting here. So thanks so much for coming in. We'll get back in here. I'm going to miss a little bit of the race, but somebody had quit in the middle of the race. That is not good. You can't do that. Can't do quitting in the middle of the race while the cars are out on the track. It causes some problems. I'm coming. So we're coming back in here. We're just taking a little bit. You know how rFactor 2 is. Takes a little bit of time to load this thing back up. So we're getting back in here. So it looks like we're back up here, I think. Man, what is the deal? Think we're back up. Ah, boy. Man, that was a little bit of a challenge, to say the least. So thanks for being patient, man. You know how those things are with rFactor 2. So I think we're back up just in time for green. How about that, huh?
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
So just in time for green and just in time for a wreck. Oh, my God. We'll see what happened here. Take a look and see what happened here. Looks like some contact there, maybe Meshkoff. This is looks like Nikolai Gerasimov might have Meshkoff got into the back of Kerr right there and spun him around. Yeah, it looked like Alexander Meshkoff might have gotten into the back of David Kerr and got him around. Go on board here. I think that was Alexander Meshkoff. Got into the back of David Kerr on the start and turned him around. So the race leader here is Vladislav Zinkov. Ricardo Almeida is shown in second. Nikolai Bezrikov. This has been a little bit of an ugly race here, and we're not even halfway through. So a little bit of a challenge here with some of these guys. We've had some pretty good races lately, and this race has been a little bit of a mess. Guys are just, I think, getting, I think it would benefit if guys would just relax and maybe worry about making a pass after turn one. Maybe start making passes on coming out of turn one between turns 1 and 2. You guys need to be patient on the start. Okay, there's no need to pass on the front stretch. You can wait to pass
Will be open this time
between
for lead lap
turns
12.
1 and 2. Just relax. Please. Also, do not lag back on the start. Steven, I've seen you lag back about 3 times. Do not do that. I'm mad because these guys are really not doing a very good job, I think, right now. And you know, this is making me a little bit angry. I think it's making the admin guys a little bit angry. It's making the guys watching the race, I think, a little bit angry. I need a bite to eat, man. So Nikolai Bezrikov is the race leader, and this has been a little bit UGLY. Artem Shulev has gotten that car back up to the 2nd position. Stephen Miller is in 3rd. Dan Richter shown in the 4th position. Alexander Aleniakov is in 5th. So we got back in it, man, but we got disconnected there for a little while. And I think it was because a driver quit in the middle of the race.
Pit road will be open this time.
So we're getting a word. We're going green this time by, I believe.
Go this time by.
Alexander Aleniakov shown in the 5th position. Just behind him on the grid is Georgi Aratunian shown in the 6th position. So getting ready to go back green. Bezrikov is the race leader. Now, Artem Shuliev, after serving a penalty earlier in the race, is in the 2nd position. And we're getting ready to go back green here. Let's get some green flag laps in here. Everybody better get on the same page and have some happy thoughts. And here we go, back to green. Bezrikov, the race leader. Shuliev in 2nd.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cardo Almeida there spinning around. It looks like Almeida here, he is off the pace. I don't know whether he got he warped or what, but nonetheless, he's off the pace. See what happened here. Almeida, that's kind of after the fact there, but Almeida upside down, spinning across the track. Let's take a look here. Ricardo Almeida. Oh, and he warps. So it looked like Almeida might have warped here. Actually, it looked like the car in front of him may have warped. And that was Vladislav. Actually, right there. Just a warp right in front and right into Almeida. That was a mess. So Jack G warped, I believe. Ricardo Almeida had nowhere to go here as Jack G is going to warp right back into him, I believe. You see that pink car, pink and black car just ahead, and watching he'll warp backwards right into Jack G, and then Jack G airborne. Everybody misses him, but nonetheless, caution flag. Nothing you can do about that one. That was no fault, but Jack G had warped backwards. So it looked like I had a little warping issue there, unfortunately. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a tough race here.
Road will be open this time. Release that car.
Nikolai Bezhikov, the race leader. So we got a car that's got a real high ping right now. It looks like they are going to be pitting the car. Ricardo Almeida is going to come down pit lane, I believe, to take some service. Ricardo Almeida, the leader, or was the race leader here early on, but has been a little bit of trouble. Nikolai Bezrukov, our leader, and Artem Shulev in second, Stephen Miller third, Alexander Aleniakov in fourth, Michael Brooks fifth. Now, a lot of what's going on is just guys, lacking a little patience here. And some guys maybe just not track aware, maybe not enough practice here on doing some restarts, and not either getting in the gas enough. Some guys are lagging back, and that creates a little bit of an issue. Some guys getting some penalties.
Road will be open this time.
So Bezrukov is staying out here, getting a 1 to go this time by. Michael Brooks has that car up to the 5th position. We'll take a look at him after a little bit of contact there earlier with Ricardo Almeida. Bezrukov is the leader now. We've got a car on the tail end of the lead lap, I believe. He might be actually a lap down. Bezrukov actually shown second in line there. Pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
So actually, that's Bezrukov right there. Getting a little bit confused. So Bezrukov, the leader. Artem Shulev in second. Stephen Miller shown in the 3rd position. A little bit of a battle for him right now with Alexander Aleniakov. Aleniakov on the outside line is going to end up picking up that position. And Michael Brooks looking on the low side here. So side by side here as Stephen Miller holds on to that spot. Michael Brooks and Vladislav Zinkov having a battle. Zinkov now kind of backs out of that, and Michael Brooks moving up to the high line here, having a battle with Stephen Miller. And those guys now taking the caution flag. We are Okay, Bezrikov is the race leader here. We'll take a look and see what happened on this. Looks like Ed Palumbo might have come around here. We'll take a look. A little bit of contact there with, I think, we want to see Aratunian might have slowed down. That wasn't Aratunian. A little bit of contact between Ed Palumbo and so yeah, a little bit of contact there for Ed Palumbo. Looks like the 2 car just ahead of him. Try to figure out who that is. It's like a Nikolai Gerasimov. Those guys, like the tags don't work in the with the new UI. I will say that. So it's kind of hard sometimes. So it looked like Ed Palumbo might have gotten into a little bit off pace there and got into the back of Nikolai Gerasimov and comes around. Looks like Ed Palumbo has retired his machine. So Bezrikov, the race leader, and we are just now halfway. My heavens, man. This is certainly not indicative of what we've seen this year in this season. Early on, we had a couple of races. I think we had one challenging one there at Gateway, but after that, it's been pretty clean. But tonight has been a little bit of a challenge. So we just can't get green flag laps in, and we're pretty close to. I think we're probably about 6-7 cautions here right now, and that is not good.
Pit road will be open this time. It'll be 1 to go this time, bud.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green here. A little bit of a challenge on this race, that's for sure. Bezrikov, the race leader, and just behind him, Alexander Oleniakov. Oleniakov here running in the second position in that 5 car. Looking on board here with Oleniakov here as he works on Nikolai Bezrikov. Vladislav Zinkov and Michael Brooks having a battle. Michael Brooks running in the 4th position. Zinkov is in 3rd. Good fight between the two of those guys here down the front stretch into turn 1. Again, good battle between the two of those as Zinkov able to get the upper hand that time by Gerasimov in this mix as well. Nikolai Gerasimov in the 2 car. Ricardo Almeida, Stephen Miller having a battle. Dan Richter in here as well. Dan Richter has to back off. He started to get a little bit tight there as he was trying to make a pass on Stephen Miller, looking at out of the front of Dan Miller's machine. Running in that 1 car. He's trying to make a pass here on Stephen Miller, coming off turn 4 down the front stretch. Does he have a run? Bezrikov just ran the fastest time. See, Dan Richter getting around Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller now back to the 8th position. Ricardo Almeida here making a pass on Nikolai Gerasimov. Taking over 5th, so that 22 car up to the 5th position. Good little run here. I'm happy, man. We've got 3 green flag laps in. My gosh. Bezrikov is the race leader here in control in that 9 car. Oleniakov in 2nd. Zinkov in the 3rd position. Michael Brooks is 4th. Ricardo Almeida up to the 5th position. Take a look at Stephen Miller here and Alexander Meshkov just behind him. Stephen Miller there coming up the track, and Meshkov has a run on him. We got some good racing up here. Dan Richter in this mix. Very tight battle here. Dan Richter running in the 7th position, looking out of the front of his car, and Nikolai Gerasimov and Ricardo Almeida side by side. Almeida here entering turn 1 gets around Nikolai Gerasimov. Looking out of the back of Ricardo Almeida's machine. See Dan Richter and Alexander Meshkov battling it out. Dan Richter up on the outside line as Meshkov has to back off there, get out of the throttle. Actually, that is Georgi Artunian. He is off the pace a little bit, running in the 13th position. He's the first car 1 lap down, so he's gotten trapped a lap down. Now, hard contact for him earlier in the race, and now he is trying to work his way back to the front and maybe earn that lap back the hard way. Dan Richter working behind him as Georgi Artunian in the 59 car tried to get around. Looks like it might have been Nikolai Gerasimov there. Gerasimov diving down to the bottom side here. Artunian's going to use this outside line. He's going to have a little bit of help here from Dan Richter. Good racing here now. Going to get a little bit of refreshing change of pace here as those guys getting after it right now. This is Stephen Miller drifting up the track just a little bit as Meshkov gets by. Artem Salyev running in the 9th position. He's having a battle here with Alexander Meshkov. Those guys fighting it out for 7th, and it looks like actually for the 8th position. Sulyaev running in 9th now. Nikolai Bezrikov, the leader. Aleniakov in second. Zinkoff is third. Michael Brooks shown in the fourth position. Almeida is fifth. Gerasimov and Richter still having a battle between the two of those guys. Don't forget about lap down car there. Georgi Artunian, he's in this mix as well. So Nikolai Gerasimov running in the sixth position. Dan Richter in seventh. Take a look at Jack G. He was having some connection issues a little bit earlier. He's running in the 11th position in the 60 car. Jair Oliveira, he's running in 12th. Now he is on the last car on the lead lap, just trying to kind of bide his time and maybe get caught back up here with the leaders toward the end and make a run for the checkered flag. Nikolai Bezrikov, the race leader, as he comes down the between turns 1 and 2. Artem Shulev and Alexander Meshkov again having a good battle as Shulev takes that spot. Now Alexander Meshkov back to the 9th position. Dan Richter running in 6th, trying to work on Nikolai Gerasimov, who's in the 5th position. Was in 6th, so Dan Richter takes over that 6th spot as Gerasimov falling back there just a little bit. Gerasimov now back to the 7th position. Bezrikov runs the fastest lap of the race here on lap 53, 40.813. He's got a 1.8 second lead over Aleniakov. Alexander Aleniakov, Vladislav Zinkoff shown in third. Take a look at him running in the 3rd position in that 12 car. Michael Brooks running in the 4th position in the 55 car. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida running in 5th. Now, he's been involved in a little bit of an accident here tonight. Of course, who hasn't at this point? But he's running in the 5th position in that 22 car. So we got some muscle out here tonight, and that is Nikolai Bezrikov. He's having a good run here in the 9. Again, opening up that lead on Alexander Aleniakov. Artem Shulev trying to pick up another spot here, getting around Nikolai Gerasimov. Shulev now in 7th. Gerasimov back to 8th, so Shulev starting to move forward here in the 20. Looking out of the front of Artem Shulev's machine. He's running in the 7th position, trying to close in on Dan Richter. That second car ahead up there is the next car in line, running in the 6th position. Got a Georgi Arutunian in between those guys, sandwiched in between the 2 lead lap cars. David Kerr here in the 14th position in that 30 car. He is 1 lap down, running in 14th. Now, he's had some issues there. Got caught up in an accident earlier, trying to get a good finish here. So Nikolai Bezrikov opening up more of a lead, 2.5 second lead over Alexander Aleniakov. We've had a pretty decent green flag run here, much better than what we had before, that's for sure. Now we got some battling here. This is Alexander Meshkov and Nikolai Gerasimov battling it out, and we've seen them battle quite a bit this season. As Meshkov in the 5 car down on the inside line here, trying to get around Nikolai Gerasimov. Not going to happen. Gerasimov holds him off. So Alexander Meshkov has to back off there and falls back to the 9th position. So it looked like he might have had that pulled off. You see Nikolai Gerasimov just sticks to his guns here on the outside line, gets a good run coming into the turn, and kind of has the preferred line as they come into the turn here. He's got a good head of steam, and he takes over that position. So good battle there between Nikolai Gerasimov and Alexander Meshkov. Take a look at this side-by-side view here, looking out of the front of Alexander Meshkov's machine as he's trying to close back in on Nikolai Gerasimov and try to make a pass on him. So a good run here out of these guys. Once these guys sort of settle down and let it kind of shake out here, some good racing going on. But man, we had that caution after caution after caution after caution after caution after caution. Did I get all of them in? I don't know. I might be 10 short on that one. But here, good racing here between a couple of the Russian drivers here on lap 59. So Aleniakov, the leader, Zinkov about 4 seconds back, and that's starting to tighten up there between Zinkov and Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks running in the 3rd position is definitely within striking distance here. These guys are definitely going to have to pit again. So we'll see how those pits shake out. As Vladislav Zinkov, he's starting to tighten up. Michael Brooks starting to work on the back of Vladislav Zinkov's machine. So Michael Brooks has a good run, holds off there. You hear him out of the gas. Scrubs off a little bit of speed coming off the turn. It looks like he has a pretty good run down the straights, but has a little problem there, sort of scrubbing off speed through the turn. So Zinkov holds on to that spot. Jair Oliveira picking up another spot here. He's now in the 11th position. As Nikolai Bezrikov has made a pit stop. So Bezrikov on pit lane, and he is our race leader. So that gives the race lead to Alexander Aleniakov. Vladislav Zinkov shown in the 2nd position. Michael Brooks is 3rd. So Bezrikov making a pit stop. Finishing up that pit stop, coming back out on track and looking to capitalize on a little bit of pit strategy. So Alexander Aleniakov in the 5 car. Oh, he might have made a little contact with the wall there. Might have been some contact with the wall for Aleniakov. Alexander Meshkov and Nikolai Gerasimov rekindling that battle. Meshkov gets around Nikolai Gerasimov. Gerasimov now back to the 8th position. Meshkov up to 7th. So those guys swap positions a couple times. Good battle there. Take a look at Michael Brooks here, now going for P2. Michael Brooks has gotten around Vladislav Zinkov. So look at this, man. Snookered him. Zinkov got behind some lap traffic, and it looked like Michael Brooks head of steam here, gets around Vladislav Zinkov. Zinkov behind Jair Oliveira and got it kind of sandwiched back there. And Michael Brooks takes advantage. We'll take a look here out of the front of Michael Brooks' machine. You see Zinkov there on the outside, kind of stuck there on the outside. We're on board here with Michael Brooks as Zinkov gives up that position. Stephen Miller indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane, I believe. So Michael Brooks up to P2. We'll see if we can't get Stephen Miller now. He does look like he's coming down, or he's on pit lane. And man, he got on the brakes hard, coming off track and then getting into his pit stall. Making his pit stop here. Might be his final pit stop of the evening. Alexander Aleniakov might have gotten into the wall there. Stephen Miller gets a penalty, and he might have been going a little fast. So a drive-through penalty, I think, on board for or in store for Stephen Miller in the 29 car. Alexander Aleniakov off track to come down pit lane. So Alexander Aleniakov on the brakes hard. Meshkov has retired his machine. I don't know what happened to Meshkov, but he might have spun and didn't bring out the caution here. Meshkov, oh my gosh, he was hard into the wall, and that does not bring out a caution flag. That did not bring out a caution flag as Meshkov gets into the wall and then hard into the wall right there. The outside wall, and then comes across the track and just a hard lick. My heavens, man. Take a look at Meshkov, and I think he's trying to get on pit lane, and he just when it spins this car. This is Alexander Meshkov. I think he might have missed pit lane. I'm not sure, or maybe coming back out off pit lane after making pit stop. I think he had a pretty no-nonsense pit, but this is after getting back out on track, and then, oh man, that is a hard lick. My heavens. So Meshkov out of the race. Michael Brooks is the race leader here on lap 67. Vladislav Zinkov shown in the second position. Ricardo Almeida is in third. Dan Richter shown in the fourth position. Take a look at Dan Richter in that number 1 car. Stephen Miller, after serving his drive-through penalty, now comes back out. He is 2 laps down, shown in the 13th position. Now Artem Shuleyev trying to close in on Dan Richter. Artem shown in the 5th position. Dan Richter is 4th. Michael Brooks, the race leader, but Zinkov closing in. Only 0.6 of a second behind, so he'd fallen back there just a little bit. He got stuck behind some traffic, and it fell back just a little bit, but now maybe he's starting to close back in, so about 0.6 back. Brooks, our race leader. Now, question is, does he have to make a pit stop here? If he does, is he going to adjust that fuel load that he's taking? So been clean. I had to go down there in the channel and make a little bit of a promise that if I saw a couple more caution flags here in the next few laps that we were going to call this race. So these guys have sort of gotten it straightened out. That's what it is, man. You just kind of survive here. Just kind of be patient on those restarts. A lot of that was just lack of patience on the restarts. And guys are getting, trying to dive bomb or gain positions when, there's a lot of time to do that. And you don't have to do it right away. This is Nikolai Gerasimov running in the 6th position. Just ahead of him, Dan Richter and Artem Shuleyev. Shuleyev has gotten around Dan Richter, so good pass there. We'll take a look at this pass. Artem Shuleyev in the 20 car makes a pass here on Dan Richter getting into turn 1. And see there, Dan Richter gives him a lot of room, realizes he's faster, and that's just experience right there. Dan Richter's a lot of experience, not only in IndyCars, but also stock cars, and one of the nicest guys out there on the track, very track aware as well. 10 laps to go. Michael Brooks, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Zinkoff here starting to close in. Oh, Michael Brooks makes contact with the wall coming off the turn. That car just cut loose on him, and he gets up into the wall. That is hard contact. Vladislav Zinkoff's going to take advantage of that in the 12 car. Now takes the race lead as Michael Brooks came around the turn and got up into the wall. Vladislav Zinkoff. Jair Oliveira here having a battle with Jack G. Looks like Nikolai Gerasimov in this mix too. These guys having a battle. Gerasimov gets a little bit tight there and gets up into the wall. Almost into the wall anyway. And those guys having some conversation, I believe. Vladislav Zinkoff is the race leader. Now Michael Brooks coming down pit lane, so he's making a pit stop. Here on lap 73, he made some pretty hard contact with the wall. And hopefully he gets that car down to pit road speed. So Zinkoff, the race leader here. So this has been clean and green now since lap 50. This is what you want to see. You want to see these long green flag runs. Michael Brooks on pit lane. As we wind down these laps, giving up some track position to make a pit stop here, and he's going to have to hope that some of these other guys have to make pit stops. Take a look at Michael Brooks as he now coming back out on track. He's had a good little bit there up front as Vladislav Zinkoff now the leader. Almeida up to the second position. Artem Shulev shown in third. Dan Richter running in the fourth position. Here on lap 75, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Zinkoff, I believe he probably does. I'm thinking he might have pitted and might have enough fuel. We're going to have to find out. Not getting any word from his crew about pitting. 5 laps to go. Vladislav Zinkoff. That Team Penske number 12, the race leader. Stephen Miller here trying to pick up a position, racing David Kerr. David Kerr might have made a little bit of contact with the wall. Stephen Miller diving down there and getting through. Now picking up the 12th position. Nikolai Bezrikov, Jack G battling it out. Good intense battle there between the two of those guys, and Bezrikov picks up that spot. That battle has been raging for a little while, though. Those guys have been swapping positions around for a little while, and Bezrikov finally comes out on top in that battle. You see Zinkoff, hear him kind of feathering the throttle through the turn. David Kerr indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So David Kerr coming off track to make a pit stop. So far, Zinkoff not indicating anything about a pit stop. It is JJ and Bezrikov here battling for position. Bezrikov on the inside line, JJ up on the outside line. Oh, and he makes some contact with the wall there as Bezrikov uses that inside line and now reclaims that 5th position. JJ just ran out of room trying to make that pass. Vladislav Zinkov. Two laps to go for the 12 car. Ricardo Almeida has that car up to P2. He's had a battle just trying to get back up there. We'll take a look at Ricardo Almeida. Artem Shulayev just behind him, trying to put a little pressure on him. So actually Shulayev a little bit back. But nonetheless, Ricardo Almeida having a pretty good night here now in P2 after a big time accident earlier in the race. We're on the final lap here as Vladislav Zinkov is going to try to get this bad boy around here and take his first win. That Shell-sponsored number 12 car, that Penske machine. So we get our screenshot in just in case he tries to quit before we get him up in the booth. I'm not sure if he'll even be in the booth there, but a lot of room given to him as Vladislav Zinkov's going to win a caution-filled race here at Pocono. So congratulations to Vladislav Zinkov. Ricardo Almeida will finish in the second position. Artem Shulayev finishes in third. So Vladislav Zinkov gets the win here at Pocono in a very, very challenging race with these guys. So Ricardo Almeida giving him the congratulatory drive-by. So Vladislav Zinkov gets the big win here. So congratulations to him. Finishing out that race there. And that was an interesting race, to say the least. A little frustrating, I would say. We got kicked there. Somebody had quit before the end of the race. We got kind of kicked there, and my heavens, man! So we'll see if we can't get we'll get Vladislav up here. All right, we have Vladislav Zinkov up here in the booth with us, and man, that was a challenging race, but you came out on top. Congratulations, Vladislav.
Thank you very much. A very nice race. I was crushed on last lap quali, and I lost to Paul 1,000 of the tenths. But yeah, it was really good race. I tried to kept in the front group with the leaders, with Ricardo, with Nikolai, with other. I tried to copy Ricardo Almeida's tactics because I know he is the best one here. He won a very big number of races, so I pitted with him in the caution period, and to be honest, I was not sure that the fuel will be enough for the end. So all of long run, I was in fuel consumption mode. I was on 10th mixture, never better, and it was exactly what I need because I dry in return lap with no fuel at all. So I'm really happy to win in Pocono. It's really challenging circuit, and I'm happy to win it without any trainings. Thank you very
it looked
much.
looked like a lot of the early part of that race being a caution filled, so many yellow flags that it was just a matter of survival and keeping your car out of trouble. But you had some pit strategy. It looked like you had pitted just a little bit earlier than the rest of the drivers, and that's what paid off there at the end of the race.
Yes, my plan was, as I said, to copy Ricardo Almeida. So when I saw him behind me turning to the pits, I am in moment to be in the pits with Ricardo, and it's paid off. Yes, it's absolutely correct. But it was a little bit nervous because fuel consumption to the end, if you're fighting for the victory in oval, it's always very fun, but also very nervous.
Well, next week we have Watkins Glen road course on the schedule. So the only road course of the season. Have you been on that track in an IndyCar or at all? And if so, how do you feel about the track?
I really like Watkins Glen circuits. Watkins Glen in my top 5 of favorite circuits. And I raced on Watkins Glen in IndyCar a couple of years ago, but that race was only a couple of turns. And also we have some race on Watkins Glen in IndyCar in other league, but it will be after HORL race, so it will be very difficult because I never drove along in this car on this circuit for a long time.
Well, congratulations on coming out on top here in a very challenging race, and good luck to you next week. And again, congratulations to you, Vladislav, and thanks so much for coming out and racing with us here at High Octane Racing League.
Thank you very much, because I like to competitive with good opponents, and in the HORL sim racing portal I found that opponents, because in Fontana I was really happy to join that league, because it was very long number and very big number of long runs. Today we have only one long run, but it was really nice too, because I have very good fight with Mr. Brooks, also tactical fight with Ricardo. It's really nice.
Well, good luck to you next week. Congratulations, Vladislav, and good to see you out tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, that is Vladislav Zenkov talking a little bit about very insightful interview there on, you just kind of get an idea of, how much is going on in his mind as he's going through that race, and also realizing how much he has to adjust in an instant, given the strategy of the other drivers there. So a lot of thoughts, not only just making sure you're hitting your lap times and making sure here at this track, you got 3 different turns, so can be very challenging. So not only focused on what you're doing at the moment, but also looking at the bigger picture. And Vladislav did a great job there of really revealing the challenges that drivers have, especially in the sense that where they're competing to try to win the race. So great job to Vladislav. How about Ricardo Almeida battling back for a second place finish out of him? So Artem Shulaev finishes in the 3rd position. Dan Richter in his second race out technically, running in the 4th position. Nikolai Bezrikov finishes 5th. Alexander Aleniakov finishes in the 6th position. Jack G finishes 7th. Michael Brooks 8th. Jair Oliveira finishes in the 9th position. And Nikolai Gerasimov finishes in the 10th position. Well, don't forget, coming up on Friday, we'll be back at it for race number 2 in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series season. Iowa Speedway, 125 laps there from that very challenging track. A lot of fun there. I think you're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing here. It's a little tough on tires, but you got a lot of room to race at this short track. So I'm excited about this one. It doesn't really behave so much like a short track, in my opinion. So kudos to Alex Cootie on doing a great job with this track. So excited for race number 2 in the 2020 winter season. And we had a massive field in that first race. Who knows what we're going to have. If we have 18, 20 drivers out here on this shorter track, should be a blast. So you want to hang out and check out the Friday race, tune in to TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and you'll see it live right here. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight, and thank you so much for, slugging away at it. I had to go down there, and we had, I got disconnected. We had a string of caution flags, but we finally finished this race the way we should finish this race, and that is under green with a long green flag run. So congratulations, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I'm out of here.